Uh, See here, let me open this file. Okay. What type of descriptive that they may set from here? Okay. So maybe we are going with this thing because we do not have the faculty PPTs in our hand. So from first unit, you can have difference. Okay, I'm not writing here. Okay, if you people can note down, you please do it. That a difference between your shell and script means in Python you can run the program in two different modes. Na? You can apply REPL and you can apply the script. There are two types of mode that you can write a Python program. Okay, so the difference between that two is an important one. Yeah, interactive mode and the script mode. These are the two modes. And what is REPL? REPL stands for your uh, shell or interactive mode. Okay, it will read, evaluate, print, and loop. REPL stands for read, evaluate, print, and loop. This is interactive mode. In Python, we can directly command to the interpreter. Okay, and that could be done by REPL. Okay, and this REPL is not there for Python only. Many languages, even in our Unix, we have learned shell scripting that is also in REPL mode, interactive way of doing the codes. So difference between interactive mode and script mode, that one thing that they may set from here. And flow control, these are some basic things, operators, and I don't think too much of descriptive can be set from here. If any other body have any suggestion, then please tell me or tell us. Acha, here is some interesting things. The concept of null values, keyword and arguments. Okay, two things you can know, that is arg args and double star kw args. Quarks, sometimes they pronounce it as quarks. Args and quarks, these two are the things for which we can give a variable number of arguments to a method, to a function. Okay, so what are these two things and how? Basically, star and double star are the main factor here. Name, you can give any name. Okay, to them. So from these two things, one descriptive may say what is star arcs and what is double star quarks. Okay, what are the use of these two things? This is one thing. And you have something called local and global scope. Okay, what are the scope rule? Okay, so from there you can have a descriptive like describe or differentiate between local and global scope or different scope rules in Python. Discuss different scope rule in Python with example, obviously with example. I will show you. I can demonstrate this thing. Mm, and, and the next thing, you can have anonymous functional lambda, no descriptive questions from there, nothing from this unit. Next, you have mm, list and dictionaries. Also, I don't think descriptive questions will be there from these units. This unit, list and dictionaries, string, pattern matching, regular expressions, all are important for your MCQ part. No descriptive part. Files. Yeah. From this unit, you can have what are the different descriptive, maybe set like that. What are the different uh, file operations? Okay, or discuss a few file operations in Python, or what are the different modes on which you can open a file in Python. One question may set from here. So two questions I am guessing here. One is your file modes and another is your file operations, different file operations. Next next you have object oriented programming. Not too much from here. Just you have to know what are the this question you have to concentrate. What is a class variable, what is instance variable, and what are called attribute. Okay, this question can be formed in descriptive way also. Okay, so what are the difference between class variable and instance variable? So that thing you can expect from here. Difference between error and exception. What is the difference between error and exception? Give example. This thing can easily be asked in descriptive. And for operator overloading, polymorphism, no, not possible. Now, decorators and context manager and generator. These are some very good things in Python, some advanced thing. You can have notes from here. So what are decorators and what are generators? Not too much of complex questions they can set from here. Okay, so short note on decorators and generators. Short note on decorators and generators. I will show you a small description of decorators and generators. Okay, these are two different types of functions, decorators and generators. Uh, and the next one is your database programming. Acha. One important question may be found here. What are the important steps to connect to a database? So, steps to connect to database. Steps to connect database. With example, obviously with example. Connecting database. Steps for this one. Connecting database. This is a question descriptive that can be set from here. Web scraping. No, I do not guess. I can't guess anything from web scraping. Rather, from NumPy. It is important. Okay, so this is an important question. What are arrays in NumPy? Arrays is in fact an important fact for which we use NumPy module. Okay, so describe arrays in NumPy with respect to NumPy module. Describe arrays with respect to NumPy module. We know that normally Python do not have the array concept, right? We do not have array concept in Python. So NumPy is there to implement that array concept in Python. So we can get that thing, get a descriptive from there. And the next one is your panda. That's only one question, I can guess. obviously you also can guess from here. Panda. So in Panda, you can expect a question from here. What is data frame? How we use a data frame uh, for our real life problems? That you can have a questions from here. Data frame. What is data frame? And then you have these two units, unit 14 and unit 15. And in between, they may give some lab exercise, some problems from lab exercise. Okay, or maybe some from somewhere else. I don't know. Okay, so these are all. This is obviously from my guess. If you people have any idea, anything, then please share. Otherwise, we will move to next section. Please. Hello. Shrikant,
Oh, sorry.
हाँ.
Oh, sorry.
अच्छा अच्छा.
You can continue.
Okay, then what we will do? We will do some program. Okay, right? It will be better, I think.
Okay, fine. We'll do some program.
Okay. Somebody is sending some message in the group, I think, for discussion.
Okay, regarding what?
Connected dbcon cursor name error dbcon. Okay, I will check it later. It's it's about Python, but
Yeah. Okay.
I will check it later.
I sent you in WhatsApp, I think.
Hmm. Let me open the editors first. So ideally, and VS Code. Before doing the programs, I will do one thing. That is, I am giving you a short description about two things. Just a minute, because without knowing that, why it is not going useful. Without knowing the concept of that two things, means the coding will not be. You will not get into the coding. Okay. So first one is
Okay.
see here inside these lab exercise, this one, this unit 9, I think this unit 9, this one I am taking first, and that is about
Okay.
decorators, context manager. I am leaving context manager, although I will tell you, and the generator. Now what is these things? Okay, basically decorators, generators, and there is one more thing, that is called iterators. Iterators. So you have to know these things together.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what is a iterator? Iterator is basically an object in Python, and which works on iterables. Now, then, what are iterables? Iterables are some objects, okay, where you can put iteration logic. That means, uh, let take an example of a list. A list is a iterable object. That means you can iterate on it. So what is a iterator? Iterator is actually an object which can work on list. So like list, you have tuples, you have dictionaries, you have strings. These are all iterables, iterable item. Okay.
Mhm.
I have made a PPT on these concepts. If you want, I can share these things with you. Okay, where you will find
Yeah, sure. Yes.
some important topics on Python. It is not too much mandatory for our exams, but obviously it is necessary to get the idea about Python. Okay. So
Yeah,
iterator
sure.
basically is a is an object which can iterate over a iterable objects. Okay, iterable objects are like list, like strings, like
Yes.
tuples. These are all iterable objects.
Dictionary.
Okay, and in iterable object there will be a method called next. Okay, so if you call next on the iterable object, you will get one after another. Okay, one after another the items. Okay, item will be
Okay.
fetched one after another, next, just like that. We use often use in for loop these iterator. So iterator is something like that. Since we do not have that iterator in our syllabus, so we are skipping the demonstration. We can move to the next part, that is your mm, generator. Okay. Now, what is a generator? Generator basically is a function, is a type of function. Okay. Now, you remember a type of function. So, how can we write a function? Def, right?
Right. Yes.
Def fun. Okay. So, this is fun. Now, usually, suppose we take a variable one, okay, and mm, we want to return the variable. So how can you do that? By using return statement, return a. So whenever you call this fun method, but you will get the value returned by the statement. Since the value is returned, we have to print it to get the output, right? If you run, you will get one, right? So this is simply a
Yes.
function. Now see, I'm changing this thing. YIELD. This is a keyword in Python which is used to create a generator function. So what is a generator function? This fun function becomes now a generator. Okay. Now what it will do? It will give you, every time you call this function, it will give you some value of a. Although in this program, it will always give me a. Okay. If you call this print method, see here, so it is giving the generator. So what is this? This is the reference, this is the id. Okay, this fun function, when I am calling this fun function, it is actually giving me the generator object. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to store that generator object in some variable, you can say a variable. Now if you ask this f, okay, then it will return you the number, a generated number. Okay, now all the generated
Okay.
number, I am putting all those generated number inside a list. Currently, this is generating only a single number. That's why we are getting this thing. Okay.
One. Mm.
Now, how can we modify this thing with a useful generator function? See, let I will always pass.
Yes, please.
See, I am okay. Let it be a function called Fibo number generator, right? Fibo number. So every time I call this thing,
Okay.
it will generate a Fibonacci
Fibonacci
number,
series.
Fibonacci series number. Okay, right. We can do it. So how to generate a Fibonacci series? So you take two variables a, b, 0, comma 1. So 0 will be assigned to a, b will be assigned with value 1. After that, what you have to do? You are taking c is
A plus
equal to,
B.
or you can directly
A plus B.
write a comma b is equal to, in Python everything is short. Okay, so b a plus b. Before doing it, you store the value of a in some other variable x. That is a Fibonacci number generating series. Okay. Now I am returning this x. So what
Yes.
this function is actually doing? This function is actually doing. This function is actually generating a number, a Fibonacci number. Okay, and it will return a Fibonacci number in that series, and it will infinitely generate. Let run it first, then I will tell you. Say whatever Fibonacci number I will get from this. Okay, okay. First, we create an object. Create an object of. So I am getting a generator. This f is called a generator. Okay, it will generate the Fibonacci number. So I am putting the Fibonacci number inside list. What will happen? It is giving 0. Why? Because we have not uh, iterate. We are not continuously generating these numbers. Okay, so let's do one thing. I am redefining it. I am passing a variable. So how many Fibonacci number we want to generate? That we can do here. Say for I in range in, just a minute, ELX. Fine. Now let's run these things once again. Missing one recon. Oh, okay. I have to pass a value here.
Parameter.
Say 10 numbers. 10 numbers. And then again listing all those 10 numbers. 34. It is giving me, why it is giving me 34? For I in range, just a minute. It is the last number.
Okay.
It is the last Fibonacci number in the series. No?
Huh.
Is 1, x is 0. Just
Suresh bhai, can we write yield x after x equal to a?
after x equal to, whenever you write yield x, it will return. You know.
I think by getting next, we can get the next one also. I think
Yeah, sorry.
if I'm writing yield x after x equals to a, when
Hmm.
I'm going for next and next, I think we can get the next value and next value and next value. I suppose.
Okay, okay. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. This yield x, this yield operator is just like this one, na? Okay, fine. Finally, we get it. Thank you, Sigan. Can we do these things? Then probably we will not require this thing out, no? At all. Straightforward can return A. Right. So we do not need that extra variable X also here. And we can create a for loop,
Generate the
yeah, for say I in if. So print I. That also is possible. Sorry. For I in, okay, what happened, that generator is empty. So first of all we have to write this thing, then we have to write the for loop. See here. Okay. So this generator function is actually generating some numbers. This yield is actually reflecting the return statement, just like a return statement, but it is holding. It is not actually generating all the numbers at a time. Okay. So you can iterate over it using the iterator. Okay.
I
So
think we can use next also here.
yeah, we can use
Since we have
also,
used
we can also
in here.
use the next, but if we use next here, say write next if, it will not give anything because the list has been ended. So to get the list again, we have to generate the,
Initially, yeah, starting by starting,
we have
we
to
have to go
start
to
this one,
initially, right?
right, right. So next, again, if you call next, next, okay, like that. So this is actually generating the Fibonacci number, right? So this is actually the generator
Hmm.
function. You got it. It's not too hard. If you understand function, then you can easily understand. First of all, you have to write the function. Then at the place of returning, you have to write the yield keyword. Okay. Yield is actually giving one number at a time from the series. Okay. You can generate, you can write any function in a generate mode. Okay. That you can do always. So this is generator basically. Is it okay? Next, we can move to
Yeah.
the decorators. There is more interesting thing. Now, decorator, Sikand bhai, decorator from Java uh, is there now. From Java also we have
Mm-hmm.
the decorator concept,
Decorator,
right?
yes.
Now in Java, decorator was not like decorators. We called them some annotation, right? In Java we have the annotators. Okay. So in that annotator, we can have that code, that thing. Whatever we have in decorator, that we have already faced in our Java under the term annotator. Okay. Here also annotation is there, but with a different meaning in our Python. Okay. Okay. So what is basically a decorator? Decorator is basically a function which decorates other functions. See, Python is a function oriented language, or you can say functional programming language. Now, it is a very big term, functional programming language. Means you have to organize, you have to decompose your codes into different functions. It's not like object oriented programming. Okay, it's a functional programming. So, in functional programming, uh, it is one concept that you can extend the behavior, extend the feature of a function. Okay, so that thing you can get from decorators in Python. Now what decorator is basically a function which takes another function as its argument, and decorate it. Now, in terms of decorate it, what I am trying to say that it will wrap up the function, one function. Suppose, say, I have just 1 minute. This Fibonacci number, we can say, generate a Fibonacci number program. Say, this program we are changing. We are actually uh, printing the value, right? Say print A. So this function will actually, what it will do? It will generate the Fibonacci number up to nth turn, and it will print. So if you call this thing out with the argument say 10, so it will generate these numbers. Suppose this is a function you are getting from somebody in some way that you are unable to change the behavior of this function. That means, what is the behavior of this function? The behavior is to, it will generate n number of Fibonacci terms. Okay, so you want to add some functionalities into it of your own, and maybe you also can think in that way that you do not want to alter the body of this function, means you do not want to alter the logic of this function. Over the function you want to add some extra facility into it, or you want to add some extra essence into it. In that sense, decorator will come into your mind. Okay, so what is the purpose of decorator? The purpose of decorator is to alter the behavior or add some extra features into the existing code. That is a aspect of functional programming. Okay, that we can do with decorator function. Now, how can we do that? Before going to decorator, see all these things you have in your lab exercise. I have already seen. Okay, so in Python, everything is object. That means whenever you call a function, it will it will be treated as an object code. Okay, that means you will get an ID. Okay, you will get a reference. Now here, say, since this is a function fibo, if you print fibo just like that, what you will get? You will get this ID. So this function name is basically an object. Now if it is an object, then you can pass this object to some other variable. You can store this object to some variable too, say fibo. Okay, sorry, you have to call it. Okay, rather doing this. So what I am doing, you can print this thing. See, these are the two things. That means you can assign the object to some variable. So this feature we will take to implement the decorator. Now see, I'm going to write a decorator for this function. The decorator, what we will do, the decorator will uh, check whether this n is less than or equal to 10. Then it will generate the series. Okay, if it is greater than 10, then we are means limiting this function. Say, suppose if you pass 20 here, so it will generate 20 numbers from Fibonacci series, right? But we want to limit this thing up to 10 only. So this is an extra feature, and we are not going to change the code inside it, although we can do it. Say if you put a if over here, that if n is less than equal to 10, then it will do the task, otherwise not. But what I told you, that you do not want to alter the body of this function. Maybe this function is used somewhere in your projects in its own term. Okay, so changing the body will put effect there also. So in that way, you can think also that you do not want to change the body of the program. So how can we wrap this function with our extra feature? That is the purpose of decorator. What we will do first, uh, I am writing this code here. Say echo demo.py. Let me copy that code here from here. I'm copying the code. Then I'm writing up another function, say decorate, say pivot. Inside that, I'm passing a parameter. This parameter is going to be the function object. Okay. What I have to write here, I have to define another method. This is a nested function. Okay. So this function you can give any name. Since this function is going to wrap this function, okay, so I can give a name just like wrap here, or else you can give any name to it. Okay, since this function is passing one parameter, we can put one parameter here also, and here we check if, see, if n is less than equal to what I told, 10, no? Then I am just calling that this thing, this fun object. Okay, it's fun obj by passing the value n. Else, say I am printing one message, sorry. Now what I am doing, see here, you have to identify the scope. Okay, scope rules also you have to know. See here decorate fibo is a function and wrapper is another function. This you can say an outer function. Since this is a nested function structure, this is an inner function. So when you are here in this place, here, so you are inside this wrapper function. When you are here, you are out of wrapper function and you are inside the decorate fibo function. So this decorate fibo function is going to return the address of this wrapper function. Are you getting the idea?
Yes.
Inside decorate fibo function, we are actually defining a function where we will call this function. Now, how we call this function? We have called this fun obj. Now, see here, this fibo function, if you call this decorate fibo and if you pass fibo, okay, then what it will do? See here, this fibo is the reference, this object, this function object. Okay, this is been transferred here, this fun obj. So this fun obj now contains the address of this function, okay. Now here inside this function we are calling this fun obj by passing the same parameter. Okay, passing the same parameter. This fun obj function, that means this fibo function, will be called when? Now only when n is less than equal to 0. Okay, now we have to do this thing. After that we are returning this, the object of this wrapper function. So we have to store this wrapper function inside the FIBO function, FIBO object again. What will happen? Now if you call FIBO, what it will do? It has been modified. Let's check. Save it first, then run the code. Sorry, we did not pass any argument over here. Say I am giving 8. Okay, save it, run it. See, from 0 to 13, 8 Fibonacci number has been generated. Now if you give 18, let's see whether our decorator worked or not. See, it is printing sorry. That means this part of code is executing. Okay, now look carefully. We are calling this FIBO function. So straightforward, if you do not have this function, right? If you do not have this function and if you are calling this FIBO function, so what you will get? You will get all the 18 Fibonacci numbers, right? Now since due to this decorator function, the address of this FIBO has been modified and it has been set to the address of this wrapper function. Okay, so this is called a decorator function. This decorate FIBO is the decorator function which is actually decorating this fun object by wrapping up this function. You can give any name to it, new FIBO. Okay, so you have to write here wrapper with respect to new FIBO. Okay, the same thing will happen. Tell me, see, sorry, are you getting the thing? This is decorator function, and you can expect MCQs, obviously MCQs from here, and maybe a question like what is a decorator? Describe it with an example. Okay, and that lab question, which is important. Now, one more thing I would like to add here. Say, this is the syntax that should not be there. Means it's ugly. It should not be there. There is a smarter way to do the same thing. So what we can do, we do not like this statement. Okay, this statement is clearly saying that FIBO is being changed. Rather, what we can do, we can use the address symbol and put the name of the decorator function. This is called decorator syntax. Okay, and this decorator syntax with this address symbol, okay, it must come just before the function definition. Which function? The function that you are going to decorate. Okay, so whenever you give the syntax, it will tell the interpreter or the compiler, basically it will tell the compiler, not the interpreter. Okay, what it will tell? It will tell that the following function is going to be decorated by this function. So find this function here and pass this object and get what that function is returned and assign is to FIBO. That means this line is been sorted, okay, shorted by this syntax. Let's run it, check it. Same thing. You are getting sorry. Okay, but if you give 8 or 9 or 10, even 10 is also legal here, so you will get 10 numbers. So this is simply the decorator. Okay, now see what was their question. The question is write a program to create a Fibonacci series using generator. So we have learned generator. You can write a Fibonacci series generator function, and stack means store, nothing else. Stack the same with a decorator to find the time taken by the generator. Find the time taken by the generator means it is asking that you have to find out the time also. So how much time the generator is actually taking to generate the program, generate the Fibonacci numbers. Okay, you got it. So this is the question. So tell me, decorator is okay. Decorator and generator is okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
With your example, it is very clear.
yeah. So can we write this program now? We have to
Yeah.
just copy paste the thing. Okay, just see this lab exercise, lab 9.5. What we have to do first? We have to design the this one, this Fibonacci with the decorator. I'm just copying. I'm just constructing it. Just watch. So decorate Fibo, okay, and obviously we are not going to print it. So what we will do? Yield yield a. So since you give yield a, so it becomes a generated function. That means it will generate the Fibonacci series, one number at a time. Okay. Now for better user activity, what we can do? We can call this thing, say Fibo, and pass a value, say 10. So we'll call it. Now we have to write the decorator function. So what will be the decorator function? So you give a name to it, say def decorate Fibo, the same name, decorate Fibo. And inside that you have to pass the function object. Right? Now inside that function you have to write a inner function. So def, I'm giving name as inner inner fun. Inside that inner fun, you can pass that variable in. Okay, so n. Now here you have to calculate the time. So what the question is actually asking, you have to calculate, the question was to calculate the time taken by the generator to generate all the numbers. Say 10 numbers the Fibonacci generator is actually generating. So we have to calculate the time taken by that program. This is a good program. Okay. So we have to calculate the time. So for that purpose, we have to import the time module from Python. The time module has a function. Okay, has a function to get the current time. Okay. Now how to get the current time? So time module dot time. So this function, if you call this function, so it will give you the current time in second. Okay, current time in second. So now what inside the generator function we will do? We will call this Fibo number. Now, you agree that we will call this Fibo number? This Fibo is this Fibo, this fun obj. Fun obj will be called. Fun obj will be called. Okay. So before calling this fun obj, if I take the number in a variable say start, okay, and after calling the fun obj, if I get the number in some other variable end as time dot time, this means what? This means that start will take the time before calling the fun obj, right? And end will take the time, end will get the time after calling the, after the completion of this fun obj. Okay. So if we subtract this start from this end, then you will get the computation time. So you can print the computation time like that, end minus start. It's very simple. Okay. Now, after coming out, you have to return the inner function, inner fun. Why it is showing variable float?
Indentation issue that need to be shifted.
Okay, fine. Right. Why Python has so indentation means why Python likes that kind of indentation? That is also a question. It's not questions for our purpose, but it's for learning purpose. Okay. So now if we run this code, so what it will do? First run it. Just check it. See here it is giving 0.0. Okay. So it is actually giving 0.0. Now why it is giving 0.0? Because the task is so tiny. So it is not actually uh, getting means it is not taking actually that much of time. So what we can do, we can elapse some time in between. Okay. Means let's say time dot find the function here to pause a few seconds. What function you will get? See here. This is this one, this sleep. Okay. For 2 seconds, I'm sleeping. I'm sending this thread to sleep. Okay. It's just like Java. Save it, run it. Have we got? See here. This 2 is for your this sleep, and the remaining amount is, you can say, the computation amount for the generator function. Maybe we can never say specifically that this program is taking exactly that amount of time, this time is exactly the time, means not this time is exactly the time taken by the generator. We can never say in computation. Okay. But approximately this is the time. So this is the uh, program that was given here. Tell me, is it understandable? Okay. So what we did, we first did what is called generator. Okay. After that, Fibonacci, we create a Fibonacci number generator. Then we demonstrate what is a decorator. Okay. Then we apply that decorator to the Fibonacci number, and finally we do the lab exercise. So this is actually the lab exercise. You got it? Tell me, reply, anybody? सिकांत भाई ठीक है ये चलेगा?
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Fine.
Thank you. So next, what we can do? Acha, let me, Sikand bhai, let me discuss one thing. You might remember somebody in group asked about a question. Na? I'm just putting in front of you because it is important. Okay, you may get one or two MCQs in different forms for it. See here, A is equal to, if you remember, Sikand bhai, because you were in conversation that time, 1.1, 1.1, sorry.
That is happening in REPL, not in script.
Huh? Sorry?
This is the exact result will be there in script, not in REPL tool. REPL tool it will
Why?
be saying
The
false.
question is why. Okay. See here, and A is B. This is false. Okay.
Of course.
But see, if you run this code in here, writing a script, okay. But without going there, I can write a script here. Say def f. This is also a script, na? So here you can do these things. There is something very good thing behind that. I was not able to discuss everything on writing that time. See here. So we are putting all these things inside a function. Okay. So now we call the function. Sorry. Since we put inside the function, we have to use the print command. In REPL, we do not need that thing. That print is automatic because REPL, what is the full form of REPL? REPL is read, evaluate, and print. So print is already inbuilt in REPL. REPL is read, evaluate, print, and then loop. L for loop. So it will again wait for the next command. So now if you call f, so what it will happen? See here, this is strange. Huh? So if you run this code inside a script, this is a scripted code since we write it in function. And you can say if we do not write this thing inside a function, if you simply write this thing if true, then also it will be treated as a script. See here, true. Okay. But if you run the same code here, this is actually in what I am saying, interactive mode. Okay. This is interactive mode, means you are giving one command at a time. So here you are getting a different result. Okay. So why? Are you all able to understand the thing? See here, A is taking 1.1, B is
Yes.
taking 1.1, A is B. What is actually checking whether the two objects are same, have the same reference. Okay. So clearly we are saying that the objects are different at different memory locations. So A is B is false. But when I put the same code inside a function, inside an indentation, rather I can say, so that time A is 1, B is the same value, and you are getting both the objects referring to the same, both A and B referring to the same object. They are taking place in the same memory. That's why it is giving true. Why? Why this is happening? This was the question. Okay. So basically, Python in Python in this case, okay, we are actually dealing with Python have lots of varieties. Actually, Python is not a language. Python is basically a specification. It was basically a specification. It is a sets of rules, nothing else. Those sets of rules have been implemented by different platforms by using C, by using Java. C has, there are lots of flavors of Pythons. Okay, I have a separate PPT for that also. And the flavor with C is called C Python. C Python. It's not Python. Python is something different. Okay, C Python is the flavor of these rules which was implemented using C. Okay, and by using Java we have something called Zython. So we are concentrating on C Python. So these things, C Python is the most popular one, and it is C Python. Okay. So here we have, why I am telling this, because whatever I am going to tell you now that can differ if you do it in Zython or some PyPy other interpreter. Okay, this is for C Python only. Okay, so in C Python we can view two different interpreter. Okay, one is for script mode and another is for REPL mode. In REPL mode, these are the commands. Interactive mode, these are the commands. These commands have been taken by the interpreter directly. Okay, these commands have not been taken by the interpreter directly. Okay, So there are two different kind of behavior we are following here. Okay. Now, what when we run these commands in interpreter mode, what actually happen? Okay, for better memory utilization. Okay, uh, this C Python has something called interning. What is it? Interning. Intern. Intern, you know what is called intern? Intern in a company, internship. So it is interning. Okay. Now what is interning? It is specifically for the interactive mode. Okay. Say for better memory utilization, for numbers from -5 to 256 has already been catched by the Python interpreter. And for string, all strings which contains only capital A to capital Z and small a to small z, that has been catched, or you can say get the same reference. Now what is the same reference? Same reference means if you say a is equal to 10, so this 10 is coming inside this range, and later if you said b is equal to 10, so actually in memory 10 will be there. This is called object, and a and b are two different references referring or pointing to the same memory location. Okay, but this is only for these two things. One more thing, suppose you have a string s1 is equal to say India, say IND, and s2 is equal to India, IND. So both are actually referring to the same memory area, s1 and s2. This is called interning, and this happens in the interpreter mode. Sorry, interactive mode. Okay. Now anything beyond this range, anything which is not in this range is not interned, will not be interned by the compiler automatically. Okay, for that you have to, if you want to intern means sharing the same object for multiple references. Okay, so you have a special function for that intern. Okay. I'm not going in that function. So my intention is to tell you that these are the only two occasions for which the same object's reference will be shared for different variables. Now, for which string we will not get intern? Anything, the string that do not contain or contains anything out of this range. That means if we put India, say IND hash, so it will not be treated as a simple string. Okay, so it will be a different memory location. Let me show you the thing. See, say C is equal to 10 and D is equal to 10. Now C is D. What you will get? You will get true.
True.
Get, get the ID C and get the ID of D. You will get both the ID same. Now, once you change the value, say C is equal to say 257 and D is equal to 257. Now the situation will change. C is D become false. If you look at the ID, you will get they contains different ID. You got it? So
Yeah.
in our case here, this is not a value to be interned automatically by the interactive mode interpreter. Okay, so clearly it will take a different place in memory. Okay, and obviously it is a float number. Float number never stored exact. Inexact means this 1.1 is may be represented in memory as 1.0000000999999 something like that. Sorry, 1.09999 something like that. Okay, floating point number can never be represented in exact value. Okay, so that is the term interning that is happening in this case. Okay, so clearly these two are different, taking different memory locations. That means these two are different objects, they are not going to share the same object. Okay, but in case of scripting, that means in case of any code that you put as a script, like in module or in function or in under any indentation, that will be treated by the Python compiler as a whole, and it will create a complete bytecode for that, and it will share the objects there. Okay, so this is the fact that is happening behind the scene. Okay, for scripting, it is behaving, it is actually getting an idea what are the objects, okay, that are going to share the same, that will be shared among different references, that has a clear idea. But in case of interactive mode, each command is treated separately by the interpreter. Okay, so interning is actually happening for those two values. Since these values are not in that range, so interning will not happen for that. So the variables will get separate memory places. Okay, that was the topic was asked for. So what we will do next? Tell me any suggestion.
Sorry, bhai.
Maji.
I want to add one point in that in string cases, like A to Z, small a to Z, and digits also. Digit also counts. Matlab, digits also will be true. Any special character that don't that go beyond.
Yeah, that will be a simple string. Means A is equal to,
Uh,
if I write IND1
that is good.
and B
That is fine.
is IND1. Okay.
Now both will be true.
So A is B. Simple string. Any special
But
character.
any
Ex-
special character that will be a different one. That will be
exactly.
false.
Exactly. So that was the case happening over there. Okay. But in case of script mode, nothing is like that. Their memory management
Actually,
is.
script mode is using a different kind of memory architecture. That is, I think, beyond the discussion of this class. If you go through the entire architecture of PVM, we can understand how it behaves in a script mode and how it behaves in a IDLE mode, in REPL mode. In script mode, we have the memory is now divided into a lot of different categories,
Ah,
and each category is having specific thing. Then that will be a huge topic actually.
yeah, sure. But the memory management, with respect to memory management, we should know that there is a concept called reference count. Okay, with respect to garbage collection, means.
That's it. That is true. That's a different story. But in this case, what happens is actually we are creating two things. Like if you can recall, in Java we call something as heap memory, something as pragma memory, something
Obviously, here
like that.
also
It has been.
these variables, basically variables is nothing in Python. Okay, what is a variable in Python? If someone asks me,
Variable, we don't have variable in Python. We have reference variable in Python. We have object in Python. We don't have normal variables actually.
no, I can tell you that variable is basically a label. Okay, object, reference. See, these are three things: object, reference, and variable. Variable is basically the name. Okay, variable is basically the name, and it is actually a label. What is object? Object is something that is stored in memory. It has an ID. Now then, what is reference? Reference is this, the attachment of this name with that object. And how can we take that attachment? we can take that attachment in a dictionary. Okay, see here, see, this is this section. What is this section? This section is actually the main section. You can get the name from it. See here, the name is main. Okay, so if you call a dir function over here, you will get all the
Oh, yeah.
namespaces. Okay,
Correct.
so
Correct.
these are the names, these are the labels. Okay, and these labels are attached to the respective object in memory, and that
Correct.
attachment is called reference. Reference is actually
That's
nothing.
that's why that's why we always call these as reference variables. So that will give you a clear cut idea ki, it's a combination of variable with reference and all. Because only variable doesn't have any meaning, only reference doesn't have any meaning. So we need to combine both of them.
So whatever we write here till now, it is all undergoes in this section. Okay, under the main. Okay, with respect to that thing, you have a very good means concept that is called packaging and moduling. We have that thing in our syllabus also. I don't know whether in live classes that has been covered or not. Packaging and moduling is a, it is a thing that should know, because when we write the code, see here, we have written the code here. See, for example, this code. Okay, so this this file can be treated as a module also, right? What is a module? Module is basically a Python file which have several multiple functions in it. But if what happen if we have some code like that? So whenever you are importing, wherever you will import this code, okay, this line will be executed now. This line is going to be executed over there. So it is always better to write the thing like that. If name is equal to main, but this will give you, but this will give you, now this file you can run as a script. Now this file you can run as a module. So when you import this file as a module, this code is not going to run. But if you run this code as a script, this will run. Okay. So that is the purpose of having the concept of namespaces. Okay. That comes under packaging and moduling. Okay. Many things to learn, but time is very limited. So we have to,
It is like use.
yeah, sure. Mm, so tell me, can we do one or two more? From which one? Decorator, generator, that was an important concept. I thought that should be known to you. It will help you in many purpose. And apart from that, can we do that code? Accidentally, if the faculty gave.
Yes.
That is called uh, turtle. It is basically means the small kids from school actually learn this thing, turtle. But we have that thing in our syllabus. Your this is your 15B, I think. Dot I. So it is interesting why I'm taking. What is a turtle? Turtle is basically a package. So from turtle import star. So using turtle, what we can do, we can draw graphics just like in Java applet. Okay. So using turtle, turtle is a module. So with turtle module, why it is showing import turtle could not be resolved. Acha. इसमें
I
नहीं
think
है
so.
क्या?
I think it's need to PIP install. Yeah, I hope so.
We have to install. No? Pip.
Okay.
Why Turtle is already inbuilt? You do not have to install it. Let's
I
check
think
it
the
here.
spelling was
Hmm?
total spelling. Total spelling.
Turtle. Turtle. Import turtle. See, it is taking. No module name
Check
turtle.
it.
So, means VS Code is not
Spelling mistake.
taking.
Spelling mistake.
It is become
Spelling mistake.
turtle spelling is
Oh,
mistake.
sorry, sorry,
Spelling
CUR.
mistake is there.
sorry. Turtle, right. Turtle is inbuilt. So Turtle is basically used to design some basic stuffs. Okay, we will find the school going students, means students from standard 2, 3, 4, 5, not more than that, using Turtle. Okay, so let's do it. So for that purpose we have to take a pen. Okay, and we are setting some colors. Say take a black color, and pen color, say red. Size, you can take size. You always can see that these are the things. It is a great help. That's why these VS Code and these editors are quite handy. Okay, so by seeing these things, you can understand. You can pick up your own. You can test it. Okay, first let me show you. Let me read the question. See here. Write a Python program to implement the following figures using turtle, a triangle and circle that they have been asked to do. See, acha, by saving it, if I run this thing, what we will get? We are getting nothing. Sometimes it takes a few seconds to appear. Say circle. See here, circle is a function. Inside circle you have parameters. Okay, radius, it is telling the first parameter is radius, so I am giving a radius of 50. I need to draw this thing. Okay, I need to draw a circle just like that. Simple. बंद भी हो गया automatic. I do not expect that it will shut down.
Yes.
Okay, so that was turtle. Okay, that was turtle. If I run that thing here, oh, excuse me, import. I'm just showing you. So just running these things from interpreter is not appearing. Yeah, now it is there. Okay, again we are running circle. Okay, we have to call it again. See here, this is the
Then
turtle, this is the turtle cursor, and after that we have to draw the circle. You get an idea, na? Now you can go to write the
yes.
complete code. Okay, it's very simple. See here, uh, before writing this thing, what I can do, I can set position, right, like by calling set pause. Set pause. So inside set pause, I'm giving a cursor location 1010. Okay. Otherwise, it will take at the middle of the palette. Before doing anything, before setting the see here, if we call set pause here, what it will do? See, this small. It is disappearing. I do not want to disappear the thing. What should I do? Anyway, are you getting the thing? See here, this is a small movement. Okay, we have moved to
Yes, we
pin
are
pin
getting.
location, so it is actually moving in that direction. So I don't want that. So what a function is there, pen up, we can pen up and then we set the position. So we are not getting anything. Okay, why we are not getting anything? Because pen is up. So you have to call pen down. See here. Now you are at the 1010 location and you are not getting the shift thing. Okay. After that, what you will do, you will doing pen up again. Okay, not pen up. Say where the cursor is, from that position, you are going to do some other stuff. Other stuff. Okay, I'm just manufacturing the code. I'm just commenting out here. See here, left, coming here. It is good. Why it is not moving? See the cursor. It is moving, means the direction is in that position. Na? So what I will do, I just want to show you the behavior of the cursor. That is turtle.
It is something like logo language, no? We have.
It is. It is. Okay. You can create your own logo
It's
language.
logo only. It's logo only.
See
It's logo
left.
only, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm expecting कि वो लोग ये दे भी सकते हैं as a question because it is so simple. So left 60. See here, right? Left 60. After that, FD say 100. So it will draw a line. So I'm drawing a triangle. Okay. Then RT. RT means
RT 120, right?
60. See?
In triangle.
Yeah, we are drawing a triangle. Then we are moving in the right direction, 60. Okay, you are watching this small little cursor now. That is startle. And after that, we will move forward. So you can write forward 100. FD is the short form of forward. Okay. RT is rotate. Right is move in the right direction. So now, what you have to do? Tell me. You are guessing means now you have understand.
Yes, yes. RT now again.
RT
Left 60.
left, right. It will be left 60 because the cursor is moving in this direction. Na? So you have to go to the left, but left 60 will not be there. Left minus 60. Na? See here.
Okay.
After that, you give a rotation RT 60. Now it is aligned. Now you forward 100. Your complete triangle. Now you do not like that turtle anymore. So what you can do, hide,
Enough. Height
hide,
turtle.
hide turtle. Turtle is gone. So this is the thing that you can do. So I can copy the code here and put it there. Okay, just open it out. So tell me, will there be any problem if I run this code? Obviously not. But the images will be collide with each other. Something like that. Okay. So I don't
Ah,
know why it is not staying over there. So for that purpose, what you have to do, you have to use this set position. That's why I am using that set position. So in between, first pin up, so that turtle gone, then set pause, Set pause means in the direction. So I am moving it something 40 and minus 100 because I have taken the arms 100, then pen down. Save it and run it. See, this is your program. You got it? It's simple, na?
Yes. Mm.
Okay. So we have done it, and we also can do it. It's very simple, but it's a long code. So we are not expecting that it is giving. Although I have done all these things as an exercise, already have done it. And using TK Inter, you can get this thing. I will share one video link. Although I have shared it in the group about how to use TK Inter and how to use the plotting. Okay, plotting. I should give you one demonstration. Would you like to see plotting?
Yes.
One
Yep.
plotting. We have three plotting exercise over here. From this lab exercise data frame, and another is your this one student details and Python program to create positive correlation. So positive correlation, I'm not expecting. Student details and display scatter. Say this one. Create a data frame. Okay, we are doing it. This lab exercise 13. Okay,
Yes.
so for that purpose what we have to do, we have to create an Excel file. I don't know I have Excel in my laptop or not. Just a minute, let me check whether I have Excel or not. Yeah, I have Excel. Probably this is the first time I am opening this Excel here. Okay, fine. So
Uh,
what I am doing, say I'm taking some attendance, and I'm taking some students grade. 50, take some arbitrary value, say 60, 80, 52, 60 again, say 70. That's all. Put some grade, say A, B, A plus, maybe C, B, and A again. Okay, so you have to put this thing just here. So this is an Excel file. We have to read this Excel file. Okay,
okay.
and this Excel file, this thing will be transferred to the code as a data frame. Okay, so when Excel or something like that, a spreadsheet is read by the Python, okay, numerically, then the data will be there in the Python code in the same format, and that format is called your data frame. You got it? In a row
Yes.
column format. So let me save it to our folder so that we can get that thing in the current folder. So what is our folder in desktop? We have Python, this one. Okay, say demo. Now coming here, I'm creating a file. Say this is 13, 13. So I'm creating a file, say 13.py. What I have to do? First of all, you have to import pandas. Okay, so import pandas, pandas as, say I'm giving an alias PD. Now again, panda is not installed, so I have to install panda. So how to install panda? You have to go to
Pip install.
command prompt and tell me the command.
Pip install panda.
Pip
Install
install
pip restaurant.
panda, pandas. I hope path has been set. Fine. Installing. Okay, let it be installed. We make our code complete. So after that, what we have to do? We have to import the matplotlib for that. Okay, I hope it is here in my
Already
laptop because we have
we did it.
done the
We did it
matplotlib
once.
class. Matplotlib. Yes, we have matplotlib dot pyplot. Okay, this module we need. So as PLT, giving an alias PLT. So pandas has been resolved. Okay. Now we create a data frame. So df is equal to PD. PD is panda. Dot. Inside that we have a function, something called Excel.
Read it.
Read Excel. Read Excel. So read
Read Excel, read CSV, you will do.
read
Read
Excel.
Excel.
Okay, read Excel. So inside read Excel, we have to give the name
DF.
demo.xls. Demo.x, sorry, xlsx. That's all. We have read it. Okay. The data frame has been created. Okay. Now we can we have to use the plot. Okay, we have to use the my matplotlib. So plt dot scatter. We are using scatter function. Plot. So it is asking to plot. It is not mentioning. The question is not mentioning any specific type of graph. So we can take
Graph.
anything. So scatter suitable dot scatter scatter. So inside scatter we have to pass the data frame. Say df, and inside that data frame we have to give the what column names. So the column names was I think attendance and df. The other one is your grade, right? I hope if I am not wrong spelling. Then
Yes.
plt, sorry,
No, no, no.
okay,
So
x level. So x-axis will be labeled as attendance that we can give anything, any suitable name, and plt dot y level. So the level for y-axis, what we will give, say great. And that's all. We done it. So let's show the plot. See, this is the tiny program. I'll run it. It is not appearing. Why? Import missing optional dependency. What is that? Demo Excel, read Excel, DF data from attendance. Missing optional dependency, open Excel or pip not install. Okay, if we run it from here, say file open desktop 13.
I think both
Okay.
the parameter is the which both the
No,
parameters
no, it
should
is
be
asking to
numeric.
install this thing. Maybe some other
No, not
dependencies.
required, not required, not required. Konda Ranakonda not required. I think both the parameters should be numeric. One of the parameter we have is character.
Which one?
Grade
In the Excel sheet we
in the
have
Excel
both
sheet.
the parameters. Both the
Hmm.
parameters. One is text. One another one is numeric. But here I think with both of them should be numeric.
This one?
Yeah. Can we go for grade 1, 2, 3, 4 something like that?
No, no, no. It's not required because you can put always the grade. It is a school sheet, na. So you cannot ask them to change the thing.
That
So
that I agree.
mhm.
That I agree. But how it will say like which one is A and which one is B?
I mean, when you plot, the plotting system does not recognize A, B, C, D. That recognize only
Correct, correct,
numbers.
correct. That's what I'm saying.
Just a minute. Just a minute. What was the first traceback import leave module name? It is not giving the errors related to that thing. See here,
PIP
list
Conda
of.
is not required at all. PIP Conda is not required at all.
No, it is
Which
not
one?
asking PIP Kunda. It is asking to open this one. This one. Just a minute. PIP install this one. I will change it. Let first run. Try to run it.
Let's see.
See here. Okay. These are the
Right
ABC
this place,
grade.
but
This
huh.
is the attendance. So I told you that this is a school sheet. So grade should always be there in this format. So plotting has no issue. Okay, it is the dependency. Since my laptop has not been set properly, okay, my development terminals has been set all set.
No, actually, here the confusion is somebody cannot say A is greater, B is lesser, A plus, because this will create a confusion while someone visualizes this graph. That is the problem.
That is a
I mean,
different
It
issue.
always
That is a different
where
issue.
you
But
put A and where you put B. I mean,
that is the thing.
in number we can differentiate. Na? That is 1 and 2. That number
no, no,
system
no,
50 and 55. Then after 5 point you can put 55. After 5 point you can put 60. But here in the y-axis
no.
you can't able to differentiate A, B, and A plus C.
No, see, the fact is we have this data sheet. Okay, we have to represent the data sheet in the
No, that's
scatter.
fine.
Okay,
It
just
this
yeah,
data set
this is
can
this has been created means just a
only in accordance with this one, right?
yeah. So you cannot expect that what is if A is greater, a B is greater. We did not fix that data in that way. Okay, but see here, whatever we have this data, what this graph
According to that
plot,
isn't plotted. Yeah.
yeah, it is plotted in that way. See 50, when the attendance is 50, you are getting the A grade, right? When the attendance is 60, you are getting the B grade. See here. So this is the purpose of scatter plot. Are you getting the thing? What I am trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have given a
But
data set. You have to represent the data set in your plot. Okay.
see here one there is one problem. If you look at the data, if you look at the figure, it says even in 70 we have A.
Hmm. No, I
Even in
see.
70
These data has been said by just I am taking randomly. Okay,
right, right,
they
right.
do not have any logic in it. Okay, just to I am just trying to show you how to
Understood. We are
represent.
just plotting. We are just plotting the graph with the demo
Yeah,
data.
yeah,
That's it.
that's the purpose. Okay, so better logical data will give you a proper
No, that is a
plotting.
different part
What
altogether.
my intention is to how to move the data from Excel to dataset or data frame,
And how to plot that
and
thing.
how to plot that thing, and that is the question. Okay,
Correct.
and the respective thing.
I think scatter plotter only take two parameters, right?
Yeah,
It'll take only two parameters.
that we can easily check from here. If we open this one, see here,
I have
lots
X
of
and Y, right?
parameters, but these are the two,
X and Y.
x and y.
Two only. Ah.
Okay, so
These are
this,
very good for actually linear regression. These scatter plot helps a lot of things in regression, linear regression.
yeah, maybe I am not from data science, and the statistic person may find it interesting, but seriously, I have not so much of interest in data science and these all statistics related things. Okay, anyway, so this was your plotting, and the question 13. Okay, a similar thing you can do it with student details. Okay, it is display scatter plot. It is asking to display scatter plot. It is also a simple program, hardly 5 to 6 lines of code, and that's all.
I don't think they will ask for program. If they'll ask for every program, that will go through a maximum 10 lines.
Sorry.
All the programs that are there in a lab exercise, that will go up to maximum 12 lines maximum.
Maximum 10 lines is maximum. Okay,
Maximum, yeah.
so that is about
पता
10.
नहीं क्या करेंगे.
देखते हैं क्या होते हैं, and tell me anything else, or otherwise we can stop here today, because we have spent a long time. But if any people asks to do any other program and facing any problem, you can always contact us in the group. We can have the discussion. Okay,
Somebody has asked in the group regarding the database and all.
database.
Some con
Okay,
issues.
just I'm not
I
advertising
will do
anything.
that. We'll do that. I think we'll answer that in the group. No
Yeah,
problem.
sure, we will answer that. We don't take it as the advertisement. Okay, just see here these from this playlist. Okay, but specifically,
Try AWS Database Services with the AWS free tier. Our fully managed database.
sorry, see Python plotting, Python GUI development, and Python GUI development 2. And in this second part, the query and replace the values. And the second part, you will get, I have that code in my laptop too. Okay, so you will get here the database connection. And what we have done here, see, using TK Inter. See, you can see this interface we have already. If you go with the video, you can get it from there, how to connect a database. It's very simple task.
That's
Okay,
it.
okay, so see, the data has been over there. So, and plotting video is also there, and these two videos specifically made for this purpose too. Okay, just a minute. Python. Okay, this one I think. See, this is the program. You can save it to the database. So if you add some name over there, and title, give some value, confirm it, and save it. So this value have been set. How to? Okay, you have to connect to the database. For that purpose, you have to run the XAMPP. Since you are connecting, this program is actually trying to connect the database, and the database has been created in XAMPP. So we have to run the XAMPP control. So again, one record inserted. See here, and to view that record, what you can do, you can write this one. See here, this is the data last inserted. So let me enter one more data here, some significant data.
How?
See here, I'm entering, say, Srikanth page salary. Obviously, it will be a large one if I want to hire Srikanth. Say the record has
भाई
been
आ जाऊं
inserted.
कल सुबह सुबह आ जाऊं
See, where is Srikanth? Have I made anything wrong? See, your data has not been entered. Why? And page, Mr. and title is I'm decreasing your salary 50,000. One record inserted. I hope I'm going to
Yeah,
get that.
recordings.
We're not okay. We have limited that thing up to a certain limit, a certain number of record. Okay, so we can go to the local host and let's check whether we got the data from Sikkan. What was the database? School. Test. Yeah, the test DB, something like that. EMP. This will be the data. Right, we have two data over here. It has been inserted. The program was limited to print certain amount of data. That's why we are not able to get that thing. Okay. So otherwise, see here, database. In the database, you are getting the thing. So if we delete some data from here, then probably we can see that data. Okay. So this was from those two videos, three videos. In fact, the last three videos in the playlist, you will get the idea of the matplotlib with tkinter and GUI development with database connection. That's all. Is it okay, Srikanth bhai? Who are there?
Yes,
अरे भाई
I'm also. I'm
absolutely
there.
absolutely
अच्छा अच्छा चलो तो फिर आज यहीं पे रखते हैं और कुछ बताए
मेरा तो बहुत काम हो गया सब धुंधला धुंधला सा तो थोड़ा साफ हो गया
अरे क्या काम हुआ कुछ नहीं काम हुआ
कुछ साफ हो गया मेरा बहुत धुंधला था बहुत दिन से देखा नहीं था बहुत धुंधला था अभी साफ हो गया
अब चेहरा साफ हो गया सही है ठीक है नो प्रॉब्लम
Useful. No, it was useful. Many lab exercises was clear.
No, see,
Yeah.
initially I was thinking that we can do at least 5-6 programs over here, but see, बातों बातों में टाइम चले जाते हैं ना और
But still हो गया ना
कुछ तो
जो
होगा
मेन था एटलीस्ट तो कुछ तो हुआ
ओके ठीक है रणदेव इज देयर रणदेव
Yeah.
मल्लिक आर यू
Yeah.
बेंगली
Yeah, Bengali.
আচ্ছা বাঙালি কলকাতায় খুব গরম
একদম।
ছিল এখন ঠান্ডা আছে
এখন তাও ঠিক আছে হ্যাঁ
अच्छा they are not understanding भाई so शशि जी थोड़ा सा ठंडा हुआ वेदर ओके जस्ट वन
नहीं यहाँ पे तो बहुत गर्मी है
अच्छा